Hey, what's up, y'all? Let's get into the Housewives of Salt Lake City, Season 5, Episode 7. So we continue at Angie's house. So Angie having her anniversary. So we continue where Lisa was going off and everything because she said Whitney's a liar. Because Whitney said she spread rumors about her jewelry business stuff, and she done ran up on Justin and everything. So Angie then cut into the beef and try to calm everything down and have Mary do a prayer. So Mary had Lisa hold Whitney's hand. She went, I don't want to do that. She went, hold her hand. She went, hold her hand, Lisa, hold her hand. She went, walked over there, hold her hand and stuff. She went, I didn't lie on you. So they hold hands. She did the prayer. After the prayer was over, Lisa got back to business. Lisa, well, I didn't lie on you. You'll be apologizing later. She went, no, you did. She went, no, she went, you didn't even let me even finish. So Justin went, why'd you keep calling my wife a liar? And then that's when John butted himself in and said, you need to butt out of it. He said, if you keep putting your hands on me, I'ma handle you. At that point, Justin and Whitney just left the party. They said bye to the hostess, to the host of the party, and they got up out of there. So the next day, y'all, we had Justin and Whitney. Then we had Lisa and John at their homes, both going at it, talking about what happened the last night. Lisa's like, John, you were so right, John. You were so right at what you did. I can't believe how Whitney acted and accused me of something like that. I would never do nothing like that. And you was right in what you did, and I deserve an apology for both of them. He went, yeah, after he stepped up to you, I had to come and defend you and stuff like that. I'm like, get out of here. Then we got Whitney at her house. Whitney, her husband. I said, Justin is the pettiest of petty, and I love it. He was in there pouring out liquor after liquor after liquor of their liquor. Of Lisa's liquor. Bitch, he was pointing out Whitney looking at him like, them was gifts, right? From them. He went, I don't care. Down the drain. He like, I feel better now. She went, yeah, I haven't. He went, I ain't never. He went, I have never been there. He said, I have never been that mad before. He said, I ain't been that mad in a long time. And she, I haven't ever seen you mad like that. He went, yeah. He went, don't step to my face. He went, don't step to my face like that out of nowhere. Calling, gonna accuse my wife of being a liar. And apparently, Lisa said John is the CEO of their company. I said, how, girl, when we have seen him be nothing but your assistant. But we moving on. So after that, we move on to Brittany and Heather. So they meet up to do a little, meet up to talk about what went down at the party. So Heather like, girl, you can't believe what went down at the party. She went, yeah, girl, when Jared came up and oh my gosh. She said, girl, I wasn't talking about Jared. I was talking about the drama that went down with Lisa and them. She said, oh, I didn't see that. But when Jared showed up, oh my God. I said, this heifer is insane. So this is where Heather tried to get talk some common sense into her friend. And she told her, she said, girl, listen up. I thought, Shane, what happened to you working on building a relationship with your kids and loving yourself more, taking time out for yourself? She said, well, when you're in love and everything, I love him. When you love a man so much and you looking for that love that you want, and everything. And she went, okay. She said, I done been there. I've been there before, girl. I understand that. She went, I get it. But she went, you have to take the time out that you said you was gonna take the time out. She went, you said you was taking this time out since this breakup to do you and build your relationship with your kids and everything else, but you're not doing it. You're focusing on a man. So you just beating up on me. Why is you doing this? You brought me out for all of this. and stuff. And I'm like, this is crazy. I said, it's a lot of, I said, but the sad thing about it, it's a lot of, it's a lot of men and women that act like Brittany. It really is. They act just like that. And I said, it's sad. Like you ruin relationships not with just your kids, you ruin relationship with your family members, people that's actually close to you, for a person that you running behind. But that's what happens. And good luck for her. So we move on from there. We move on to my homegirl, Broadwin. So Broadwin is with her husband. You know, they have the little outing with each other. And they end up sitting down about, I'm talking about her daughter Gwen. And she tell them about, talks a little bit about the Angie situation and stuff that went down there. That she's not big on like her trip date, doing an anniversary trip to Palm Springs, and she was debating on who she wanted to come on the trip. She wanted to do a couple type of thing, and she don't think she inviting Brittany as one of the people, and she don't know about Heather. She gonna talk to Heather. What she gonna do? But they talked about Quinn, her daughter Quinn, and his stepdaughter is Quinn. So his big thing about Quinn is he do not want Quinn. He don't want Quinn to have a relationship with her dad's side of the family, because he said they don't deserve it, because they didn't want nothing to do with her. They ain't been wanting nothing to do with her, and all of a sudden they want something to do with her now. It don't make sense. He said he don't trust them, and he don't want Quinn to get hurt. And she started crying because she conflicted about it, and he said, it's what it is. I already told you how I feel about it, and this conversation's over with. I said, girl, you need to check that. You need to check that ass, cause I said, baby, cause I saw he would got checked all up and through, right on camera. Like, who you talking to? It's like I'm about to get this cry all real quick, and you about to sit here and you about to watch me, console me, and shut it up. So we move on from then. We move on to Angie. Okay, no, we move on to Lisa. So Lisa and her baby sister. So Lisa has 6 siblings. It's 6 of them all together, and her baby sister is the only one that lives in Utah, other than her. The rest of them don't live in Utah. They left. I said, thank God. I said I wouldn't live there either. I may want to go visit just to see how it is, you know, since it snow all the time, just to see how it is. But that's it. But so they went to lunch, and they ended up talking about Henry. And we end up finding out that Henry has had a hard adjustment since his brother, went off dementia, and he'll be off dementia for 2 years. So Henry has had a tough time because he had invited friends to his birthday party at the last minute. He sent out invitation, and that didn't go so well because people the friends and them already picked another trip to another party, and they didn't come to his, so he was very upset. And she feeling like a bad mom and stuff because she don't know what to do. And then to have a friend talk about it, say she's a bad mom. Girl, you a bad mom. You don't feed the child. You feed the child nothing but fast food. You don't even get in the kitchen and cook. Girl, only time we see you actually cook was when you bought that Asian thing where they actually, you can cook that grill where you can barbecue your own food, Asian barbecue, where they can cook their own food. That's the only time you did something. That's the only thing, the closest thing of you doing home cooking. So she's a little struck by that and whatever, getting her feelings. We move on past her. We move on to Whitney, Angie, and Broadwin all go on a walk. As they on this walk, y'all, they having a good time. Lisa, Broadwin and Angie are just laughing. They joking, just kiki having a nice walk. And out of nowhere, Whitney going off about, I can't stand that Lisa. what she did. She owed me and my husband an apology. They all them two like what? So they go sit down on the bench, y'all, and they get into the conversation of how they feel about Lisa, her and Angie, and she feel like they deserve. Whitney feel like she deserved an apology her because of what she did, because she walked to her husband and all that stuff. And Angie told her feelings about how she felt about Lisa and her ways. And Brodwin came in to defend Lisa and said, I don't know what they try to get. She went, I don't. She went, from what I know about Lisa is different from what y'all know. And I can't say too much about it, but she went, I can only go off about what I know about her. So I'm just gonna save my judgment for what I know. And so, she ended up talking about Angie talked about her relationship and her issues that she has with Heather, which interferes with her relationship with Lisa and stuff, that Heather is lying and everything on her. And then Angie and Brahman brought up her issues with Heather too, that she's gonna sit down with Heather or whatever. She ended up inviting the ladies on the trip that she going to Palm Spring couple trip. She said she not inviting Baldwin, not Brittany. She inviting Brittany, and she didn't even invite Maylee. Maylee, I want to think that's her name. Whitney friend. I said she didn't invite her either. Or hopefully she didn't, I don't know, because she wasn't on the trip either. So after that, Whitney just went, mm-hmm. So that's how you're supposed to act, Heather. People just expressing their feelings about how they feel about certain people. Like they were talking about you. Whitney just sat there and just took it. Like, it's nothing to tell. But moving on from there, we move on to Brittany. So Brittany ended up having a prayer session at her house where she invited Angie and Heather. So she do this Mormon prayer session at her house. One say it's like a weekly thing, and it'd be family and friends, and she invited them there. Angie brought a gift, and it was a bottle of wine. And Brittany in her confession, like, do she know Mormons don't drink wine? Angie like, shoot. Every time I seen her, she got a glass to the head. And then production showed her with a glass to the head. An area of it. I said, baby, you's a drunk. So don't say you ain't you ain't no drinker. So the prayer went on. It was a nice prayer. Her dad ended up talking. This prayer session is something that her mom used to do. Her mom has passed. Her dad and mom was married for 53 years. Dad, you can tell he cherished his wife and their relationship. It was so cute and pretty. So we move on past that. We move on to the ladies getting down to business. So Angie ended up calling Heather out about how Heather acts and said that, Heather, you ain't been a good friend to me. Shane, you taking Lisa's side, you lying to Lisa, telling Lisa lies about what I supposedly said about her child and whatever. And Shane, you not acting like a friend to me. Shane, I didn't know you since high school. And you act more of a friend to her than to me. And Shane, and you didn't did this before with another one of our friends. She went, who you talking about? Said who? She went, you know? Jen? Yeah. I said, bitch. Get her, Angie. Get her. Angie been on point. And Angie been coming in hot. Since episode 1. And she ain't let down on no hoe. So, Heather feeling all, Heather, them are two damn situations, with me and Lisa and Jen, them two different situations and stuff like that, I'm just being a good friend to Lisa and stuff. And she went, she went, this is the first time you ever was honest with me about your feelings, so I will take in consideration and try to do better. I said, this bitch is a liar. I said, she do the same thing Lisa does. But they both do it with a straight face. But moving on, y'all. So, they both do it with a straight face, y'all, and it is crazy. So, after that, hold up. Okay, after that, we ended up getting the guys meet up. So the guys ended up meeting up. Justin and John meet up to do their little sit down, and they get down to the nitty gritty. I think Justin came with the bottles of their tequila to give to the I said he's a petty bitch. I said that's a true petty man, and I loving it. So they sit down and talk about the situation, and John said he stepped in because you stepped to his wife when she walked over there. He said, first of all, your wife shouldn't have stepped. He said, your wife shouldn't have stepped to me. He said she had no right to come up to me and step to me and start calling my wife a liar. So I was not about to stand there and let nobody talk about me and my wife and step in my space. He also asked, so why did you the second time walk yourself over there and do what you did? And he really didn't have, John really didn't have an explanation for why he did that. So Justin, they both apologized to each other. And John said, I think you owe Lisa an apology. Justin like, what? Just like, I'll think about it. I say he's a petty bitch. He ain't giving that bitch no apology. I wouldn't give her one on my deathbed, bitch. Fuck her. So we move on from there. We move on to Broadway and Heather. So Heather goes over Broadway house so they can have their little chit chat because Broadway want to work things out before, the trip come up because she's trying to make sure that she get everything together because she wanted to invite her and show everything. So she show her around the house and whatever. And as she's showing around, Heather not that impressed by the house. Heather thinking it's tacky and nasty, and it's worse than Mary's house. So they sit down and talk, and it didn't go so well. So Baldwin told her, like, we started off rocky, but so I'm trying to work through that and move forward. Whatever I have done to you or how you feel, let's work through this and stuff. She said so we can move forward. And I feel like you have done things that doesn't make any sense. When it's you able to say that I'm this type of person, but you're actually the same type of person that you call me to be. And she was being very offensive. She was acting like Lisa the whole entire time. Heather was, and it just went downhill. And Heather wouldn't take no accountability for any of her action. And she asked her, like, what was her problem with her. Brown asked her, and she really couldn't give her no answer. Like, she said, what was the specifically? And she said, you just a flip flopper. And she said, be specific, because she went, I have told people how I felt. When it came to Whitney situation, I told her how I felt. Same thing. And so she said, so what did you invite me over here for? She went, I invited you over here because I have a trip coming up. And I wanted to make sure that if we could work this out and we both apologize, then you can be on the trip. But if it's not, then you not coming. So, well, I'm ready to go. She said, okay, all righty. So, as she leaves, she went, okay, well, we ain't get nowhere. So, Barbara will get ready to cry and stuff. I said, girl, don't get that heifer no tears. Let her go. She's a stuck up, skinny ass, mean girl. Since she went on, she lost that weight too fast. But that's all that happened, y'all. Like, share, and subscribe. It's your boy, Paul. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'll get back at y'all later. Bye, y'all.